What's up, Rink Rats? It's Woody. I'm here to tell you that this week's episode is brought to you by Champion Hockey. If you're looking for quality wheels, sticks, bags, and apparel, then look no further. Champion Hockey has everything you need to look and play like a champion. Check out top-of-the-line Legacy Series sticks and wheels and upgrade your game without breaking the bank. Go to champion.hockey to purchase your gear now, and make sure to check out Champion on Instagram at Champion Hockey to stay updated with products and events. Champion Hockey. Look like a champion. Hey, did you know we're also on Spotify? You can listen to No Offsides on Spotify while you're busting out reps in the gym, driving to your next tournament, mowing the lawn to gain brownie points with your wife because you're always gone at tournaments, or while you're getting in some much needed shooting and stick handling practice. So if you're into multitasking, make sure to follow us on Spotify, where you can listen to all of our awesome content on the Spotify app.
No offside.
Welcome to No Offsides Podcast. I'm Dan Dean here with my partner Justin Wood.
Hey.
Our guest today is the fearless leader of the team with the freshest unis in roller and the founder of the Labeda Freez. The man with the hard hat, Vince Freez. How's it going, Vince?
That was a hell of an intro, man. Thank you.
I try and whip out some good stuff. It might be my best one to date.
There you go.
I
dig
too.
it. It's really good.
So we started talking about, hard hat or vest, right? For the Labeda Freez.
Mhm.
And so before I get into that, I got to say, they are my favorite color scheme, my favorite jerseys. Between the helmets and the gloves make it all. The unis are clean and fresh.
Mhm.
I'm fangirling over here on them. I'm just sorry, but
I love it. Man, I listen to you guys all the time, and it's I tell you what, to have you guys talk about it, everyone talk about it, man. It's very cool. I didn't expect that. When we started, my wife and I started Freeze Construction back in 2019. I wanted to use every single color of every company I've worked for in the industry that I am in. For those who don't know me, I build cold storage warehouses throughout the United States.
Cool.
And I've worked throughout that industry my entire career since 2005. And I took all the color schemes of every company I worked for, and I kind of blended it into one color scheme and logo, and I had different blues, so it turned into a teal and a gray and a little bit of orange accent, which I don't use in our hockey jerseys. But anyways, that's our color scheme. And the way Tidal Wave did these jerseys for us, man, and then stepped up with Bauer, and we got the NHL approved teal helmets and Bauer gloves. Dude, it is unreal. It's so cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, they look great.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we have a set of new fresh jerseys coming out for the pro team. I just approved the design yesterday. So
nice.
Yeah, you guys will see new unis on the pro guys at Tours, State Wars, and Narch, and Colorado Cup.
All right.
Oh, very cool.
4 pro events this year. So yeah.
Now, are we talking like a drastic change or?
It's a change. The color schemes are all the same. Y'all will like it. When we started the team, we wanted a mascot, if you will, because the square for our company Freeze Construction, that logo is actually an FC kind of flipped and together.
Oh yeah.
And since we install, it's going to bore all your audience with this. Since we install cold storage insulated metal panels, it's a tongue and groove system. The FC tongue and groove, that's what creates the FC. So that logo wouldn't resonate with anyone in our hockey industry. So we used a Yeti, and it's a Yeti holding the hockey stick, and that is going to have more of a presence on the pro jerseys, if you will.
Okay.
The tongue and groove kind of works though for roller though, because like tile.
Sure.
Right.
Right.
So they can. That's how they can get connected to it. You don't got to worry.
Absolutely.
Very cool though. So you got the Yeti guy. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. And the
wh-
Yetis on our jerseys now is just very subtle. I mean, it's smaller. It's, we don't make them like the focal point of the big part of the jersey.
Mhm.
yeah. Do you when you're designing it, is that mostly you? Do you have like a little like trusted group of guys that you bounce it off of, or do you just kind of sit down and you're like, I know what I want?
No, I will text Chris Treft and I
Mhm.
say, I want new designs. He says, what do you want to go off of? I go, this is why I pay you. You bring me a bunch of designs and then we'll go from there. And then once I kind of get like a good vibe and feel something, then I kind of have a little a committee, if you will. Justin and Jordan Greenberg, they're my
Okay.
boys. They are, I mean, they're the nucleus behind the Freeze, Labeda Freeze team too. And we have a text thread and I'll like bounce ideas off of them.
Oh yeah.
We have new Bauer gloves coming out this year. That color scheme was like 2 weeks to figure out how we wanted to do it. I mean, I'm very picky on how I like things to look.
Sure.
The branding aspect and all that, it matters to me
I get it totally.
for sure.
I
So
ask because I know how it feels like when you're trying to put together a jersey. It's an adventure.
It is. It's very stressful for sure. So all the we'll get into it, but all the new Labeda Freeze kids teams will have the old style uniforms. Our platinum team will still maintain those uniforms, 30 and over, 40 and over teams. And all the things we're doing will still have the old style. The only different uniforms are going to be the pro guys, and that's just to separate them a little bit from everybody else.
Makes sense.
and then you go to Labeda and you're like, hey, the pink wheels aren't really matching our unis. Like, let's get some teal.
I brought that up to Rob, all the Labeda guys, and I said, listen, like we need to get these pink whips customized to teal whips, and we're talking.
Okay. All right.
Call them the Freeze whips.
Yeah, there you go. There,
I'd buy a set.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teal whips would be absolutely unreal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a market for that.
I mean,
Shoot,
I think
with all your
I think
teams alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they have what the only teal wheel is that they have is what, maybe the addictions.
Addiction, I think, is teal. I mean, so they have the color dye gel, whatever coat. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever they do to do that, they have that.
Feels like they should be able to pull it off then.
Yeah, I think I could pan out my video. I could have a Freeze helmet and a jersey and the mitts back here.
Boom. Well, you guys need to get some Freeze apparel, hats, t-shirts. You guys need to get dialed in.
Listen, I'll fucking wear it. I got no problem.
I'm gonna have to have you guys give me your address because I send out care packages all the time.
Sweet.
Okay,
Love
well,
it.
I'll give out Dan's on the podcast here, and I'll
Yeah.
send you mine privately.
Give it out on the
Oh,
podcast.
you're gonna.
I'll tell you what was a big hit. These teal hats were a huge hit we just released these here in Warm at Narch Winners, and everyone walking on the rink had the teal hats, and everybody wanted a teal hat.
I believe it. Sick hat.
So yeah. So we do have a online shop for our company, Freeze Construction Apparel, and this hat is available online to purchase. If y'all want a hat, you guys can go buy one online.
All right.
And that's the link on the Freeze, the Labeda Freeze Instagram, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The Freeze
add
swag
that.
shop. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, there have been some pretty big moves lately in Labeda Freeze franchise. Let's just call it a franchise. That's what it is. But over, let's just say, even the last couple months, right?
Mhm.
And so, first off, you've kind of touched up on it. You now have a pro team,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so you've debuted your pro team at Winter Wars West.
Mm-hmm.
Was that strategic,
Uh,
or did it
I
just
mean,
come to big?
no, it was planned. It was planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some people were probably wondering, like, what, like, why start a pro team now? Like, what goes through your mind of like, because obviously you guys are pretty successful in Platt, right? You guys won, was it Narch just last year?
Back-to-back summer Narch champs.
Yeah. So, and you guys have probably one of my favorite goalies, Nicky Whiteock.
Yep.
And so, right, so now you go back-to-back Platt. Is it just kind of like a thing of like, it's time to move up, or?
Yeah, so it's interesting because it's pretty wild. So when I used to live I'm from Wisconsin, but my whole life of roller hockey I played for Palma, and when I moved to California, still played for Palma. I played for their platinum team forever, and when I moved to Texas, 37 years old, 36 years old. I really was kind of like, am I still going to keep playing competitive men's hockey? Do I want to? Kind of thought it was it. And then I roll up into a Denton roller hockey rink and start playing and see all these incredible hockey players. I'm like, do you guys play ever? Like Narch tours, whatever. Like, yeah, they dabbled in state wars, they dabbled at tours, whatever. And I'm like, there's something to be said about this group of players that if we all got together, like we could be very good. Let's do something. So the history of that is we started. So I'm friends with Peter Dale at Farm Tough. Shout out to my boy Peter Dale. I was like, Peter, I'm going to start a team. I don't really have a name. I don't know what I want to do, but Farm Tough's a pretty big name. Let's use that. Are you cool with that? He's like, yeah, for sure. So we did that for a while. And, we grew in amount of good players that wanted to play for us. Our Instagram was kind of getting hit up left and right of all these guys from all over the US that want to skate with us. And we started winning, and, my company starts taking off to the point where I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to have a team and be able to give back to a sport that has been so good to me. I've been playing roller hockey since I was 12 years old. Yeah. So I always wanted to give back and do something for the sport. So after long talks with my wife, Jenna, saying, hey, this is what I want to do and how much money I want to spend on sponsorships, twist her arm a bit. Yeah, it was like, okay, like we can do something with this. And then it just kind of grew from there. And we changed the name to Labeda Freez. I've always been a Labeda guy. And Rob loves having another really good platinum team in the division other than Palma. So, he's all about it. And Labeda takes unreal care of us. Unbelievable. Love their wheels, been on them forever. And so we turned into Labeda Freez and we start winning. We went to Midwest Wars and like waxed all the Missouri teams at Midwest Wars, like 4-0. We won the championship 6-0, and we beat Car Shield 6-0, and it was unreal. And these guys are like, who, like all the Missouri guys, and they're all good. Missouri's got unreal roller hockey, and they're like, who are these Texas guys? And that's when I kind of knew, like, all right, we have so much good talent. Like these guys on this team, half this team should be playing pro. Let's be real. Half this team should be playing pro. I have another half of guys over here at this rink that could easily be playing very competitive platinum. I got friends in California that still want to play competitively. Bryn Morris and Barnett and just some older Palma buddies of mine.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, fast forward to this year, moving into this year, we just made it just kind of the stars aligned. Kyle Novak comes out of his grave and is like, a whole new person, clean, sober, fit, addicted to hockey again, and the most unbelievable hockey player I've ever seen in many, many years. Like that, he's just like reinvented himself, and he's playing with us, and he loves our guys and our team, and I love Kyle, and it's like Kyle can't play platinum. You know what I mean? This is just time where we just take all these good guys that we have in the Greenbergs and Peyton and Kyle and McKinney and like, dude, we have half a pro team right here. We know so many other good pro guys that might be unhappy with their situation. We have the means and methods to give back to some of the platinum pro guys in regards to sponsorship stuff. So, it might be advantageous for them to say, hey man, let's play for this team, but not only for those reasons, but our culture, right? I'm really big on culture. I just won't let, like, myself and the Greenbergs, we just won't let anybody join our teams and jump in this culture. We've tried to mix some guys in here and there, and if they're me guys, they're not welcome back. And whether you're the best player in the world, you're just not welcome back. And so that has resonated with all the guys. So they just fell in love with that culture of our team. And man, we're just very blessed. People want to play for the team. And now we have a bunch of fantastic pro guys that are leaving other pro teams and coming with us. And we have some really, really, really big name and big moves that we made this summer that I will not expose.
Damn.
So we have some unbelievable names playing for our pro team this summer and made some big moves where y'all better be ready.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Exciting.
We're gonna bring it, dude, because we don't do anything half-ass.
And we are releasing the first name here, and his name is not Dan Dean. All right, so let's move on.
Yeah.
Well, man,
I'll wear the Yeti suit.
dude, yeah.
Please, we need a Yeti mascot on the bench. Let's go, Dan. Let's go.
Don't tempt me. I will chirp. I'll skate in warm-ups, and I'll be for the team, and I'll get underneath their skin. And then when you're like, hey man, you really got to chill out. I'm like, all right, man, I'll just sit my ass on the bench.
What's your Yeti voice, Dan?
Man, I don't.
You have a Yeti voice?
I don't know if I have a Yeti voice.
You have a Yeti voice?
I'd have to really. I have to dive deep into the character, lock myself away.
Yeah. Well, you got time to work on it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You do. You'll be all right.
When the Yeti costume shows up in a care package on my front porch, then I know it's time.
All right, and if you love this show, then you will also love the College Roller Foundation. The College Roller Foundation is a volunteer-run, tax-exempt 501c3 nonprofit organization that exists solely to raise and distribute funds to deserving college roller hockey student athletes in the form of scholarships. The College Roller Foundation isn't a tournament series, league, championship, governing body, or sanctioning agency, but rather works with partners to host events to raise and distribute all those dollar bills to roller players who also like to get their academia on. By raising money through donations and divvying out these scholarships to the players, the College Roller Foundation seeks to grow the game of roller in college. And if you're interested in finding more info, helping out, or donating, please visit www.collegerollerfoundation.com and make sure to follow them on Instagram at College Roller Foundation. College Roller Foundation, growing the roller game one scholarship at a time. It's time to join a revolution in roller with US Roller Cup, a premier roller hockey tournament series. The US Roller Cup is led by a passion for the sport. US Roller Cup is driven to create an unparalleled experience for players, fans, and coaches alike. With a focus on promoting roller hockey at all levels from youth to professional, we are committed to growing the game and fostering a sense of community within the roller hockey world. To find out more information, find tournaments near you, or to sign up for an upcoming tournament, go to www.usrollercup.com and be sure to follow USRC on Instagram at US Roller Cup. US Roller Cup. A revolution in roller.
We had our buddy do a USRC down in Denton, and I believe you guys played in that, right? And you guys fielded 2 different teams. You said it just
We
ended up
did.
being you guys playing each other for the championship.
Yeah,
And
and it was a bloodbath. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Oh my God. We
And-
split our Freeze team, half pro, half platinum guys. We split our teams evenly down the middle, dude. It was a bloodbath.
dude, he said, he's watched a lot of hockey and been a part of it for a long time. And he told us when he came back, he's like, here's something that you guys got to understand. Texas has got some guys. Like he's like that was some serious hockey, and he even said it was one of his favorite games to watch. He was
Oh, yeah.
pumped about it. So,
Dude, it was 3-2. It was insane. I wish we had that on tape. Do we have that on tape?
I think he does have it on tape.
Yeah. Dude.
We'll have to message him and be like, hey, did you record this?
Yeah.
I think he did. I believe he does. It might actually even be on our channel. A lot of times he just posts it through our channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to shout that out because he did say that to us, and I was like, all right, sounds good, man. I have to see what they're doing. And I also want to touch on you talking about culture for the team. I mean, I think roller as a culture in general, there's really like a drop off of people who are doing it because they love doing it, and then it just drops right off to people who are just like they're kind of like half in it. They don't really necessarily like have that love, and I think that individual teams bringing in really good team cultures, and then just more teams kind of developing that, bringing that into the sport is kind of what will create a greater culture inside of roller as a whole. So I kind of want to know what are some things you guys do specifically that you think really bring together the team and kind of gel you guys together.
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, it stems from our company culture that we instilled here, and we as we transition that into Labeda Freez and that culture it's like I said before. I mean, it's find the guys that want to get on the bus, that want to get to the same destination, that are not, what can you do for me?
Sure.
Me. You know what I mean? Like I'm a true believer in, show up, do your thing, be respectful, work your ass off,
Yeah.
and good things will happen. You shouldn't have to ask for anything. If you are on the bus for the right reason, things are going to happen for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And people had to find out the hard way, and unfortunately they're just not welcome back on our team. But we do really cool player things that no one else really is doing. I could say besides maybe Palma and Carshield, right? The two big, financial teams out there, right? That can afford to do all those things. So it's getting the people on the right bus for the right reason and have a common goal. And I don't want our guys and I tell people, like, obviously hockey games get heated, words are exchanged and things get heated. But at the end of the day, I want our team to be respected on the rink, but also off the rink. And I want our guys to be respectful off the rink also, because they're still wearing, they're still wearing the banner, and they're still wearing the Freez gear and hats and shirts and all that stuff. So I want us to be remembered as just a really fun team to watch, that they respect the hell out of us, and we're good humans at the end of the day. And you won't find better humans out of Justin and Jordan at all. Like, those guys are salt of the earth, right? All of them are. You couple that with Peyton and McKinney and Dean Moore, and all these guys they're just fantastic humans. And that's all I could ask for, is just, it's been a blessing, and everyone's instilled that respect within the organization, which promotes culture.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, because my brother and I live in different states, and so he'll come and play for the team that I put together from time to time. And I'm big with my brother, as Justin would know. Me and my brother will get into what we call Jersey pep talks.
Important.
Yeah. So it's kind of like us two yelling at each other to try and get our point across. And my I'm a little stubborn, not as much as my brother.
Agreed.
And so, but my big thing to my brother though is like, you're coming down and playing under my brand, which is also to also represent our Justin and I's local league, right? And it's like we're my whole thing about the team that we created is, making everyone aware that there is hockey in our area, right? And so my brother can take the jersey and bring it down, and I'm like, you need to chill the hell out. This is not what we do. So I respect that part on kind of the culture.
Yeah, it's important. You want everybody to not just think you guys are a bunch of goons.
No, exactly.
Do you guys do like when you guys travel, do you guys all travel together? Do you bunk up together? What do you do when you're going to these tournaments?
Yeah, well, it depends. Some people can drive, and most of us have to fly, and everyone wants to get in at different times. But at the end of the day, we always have a block of 4 rooms that are either suites or double beds, and we just split it up 4 rooms and do your thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like team dinners, everything like that. Kind
Yeah,
of get the boys
absolutely. I love team dinners. Friday night, Saturday night, get the team together, team dinner. Oftentimes I'll buy the dinner, but I will not buy the booze.
going.
So
Fair.
if guys want to drink, they can start their own tab. And shockingly enough, most people they don't drink
I
That's
mean,
cool.
because they're I mean they it's funny. They call it a business trip, and it truly
Yeah.
is.
yeah, I mean, if you get a little too drunk, you're not going to perform. Most guys, there's
Oh,
the
right.
freaks out there who can
Right.
they'll be hungover as
Mhm.
hell and they'll somehow still be gaming. But most of the time, you got to be
Yeah.
ready.
Now, some of us platinum guys, a little less laid back. I mean, we might have a margarita or two. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, and I feel like you get like the AB, gold, silver, right, and then you get into the double A, and I feel like once you get into that double A is when that starts that like going
Yeah.
out like it's a party trip. We're playing hockey and we're going out, we're going to drink. I think it starts to as you get through double A and go into like triple A or platinum. I think it gets a little more serious and it's for bigger stakes.
Well, Dan, Justin, dude, we ain't getting any younger. Okay, I'm 41 now, and I'm still playing against like 22-year-olds. So
Oh, yeah.
I
Tell
still
me
I,
about it.
I still have to work out every day and play hockey 3 times a week and stay in shape. And man, it's I try to take really good care of myself to hang in there with those kids.
Dude, you have to. These kids are fast.
I know.
They're quick.
Yeah, I got the body weight on them.
Yeah.
Lean on them a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, dude, speaking of that, we have this kid, shout out to Dakota. I'm telling you, you guys don't know him yet, but you're going to learn about this kid really soon, and you're going to see him this summer in the kid's a beast. Young kid. I don't even know if he's 21 yet. Maybe 21, maybe, but played ice hockey competitively for the Stars AAA down here in Dallas. But I mean, this kid's incredible. I mean, he's just wait. I mean, there's so much good young talent in Texas that it shocked me when I moved here 4 or 5 years ago. I couldn't believe it.
So on the topic of Texas hockey, I mean, from outside perspective, I feel like Texas roller hockey, the only place for it to go is up, right?
Sure.
I feel like it hasn't even scratched its full potential.
It hasn't. I mean, it hasn't. It's got rinks all over, and we have Denton and Arlington, and one down in the Houston area, and one in Kyle, and there's some other rinks I don't even know about in Texas, and there's teams out here, the organizations out here, like Chupacabras are out here, and you got all these Texas, Trefty's got his tidal wave teams out here. I mean, there's a lot of roller hockey out here, and it's sad that we haven't seen State Wars come to Texas yet. Like Dallas is so central. It's time Timmy brings State Wars to Texas.
Sure.
I mean, Narch Tours. I mean, I know Tours was trying to come here this summer. They were very close. So I think tours might be coming to Texas next year.
Ooh,
Really? What rink do you think they're going to try to set up at? Do you have like a rink you're trying to pitch them?
I think there's going to be 2 ice hockey rinks not far from each other, and one has 2 sheets. I think Allen, Texas, maybe. But as far as our rinks, I mean, we're running out of Arlington and Denton, and we have plans to possibly get the steel mat floors in one of these floors up here too. And there's kids teams now, like there's a Roadrunners organization of ice hockey kids that are really good, 12s, 14 and unders that play and they're competitive and they win a lot. It's always like them and Black Ice in the final.
yeah.
Dude, we need more kids programs here. So I think that's something that we need to work on more and develop. But the growth of roller hockey in Texas is growing from when I moved here to now. It's gained popularity for sure.
That's awesome. I think we just go to Arlington AT&T Stadium and we just plop 3 roller rinks right there on the football field.
Stupid not to. Why wouldn't you?
Just sucks when the glare comes through, right?
That's it. You know it.
But so, you've had some big news pop up with 2 big news headlines pop up.
Yeah.
And I want to say it's probably in the last 30 days.
Yeah, I threw that back to back, like 2 days, 3 days apart.
Yeah. So, the first one I think is awesome, and it's huge. And I mean, both headlines I think are great. But, you have the Freez Women's Pro Showdown.
Yeah.
And I love it because I feel if I could do what you've done, I would, because I love the women roller hockey division. There's so many good young women playing the sport. And I feel like it's another part of roller hockey that has not been tapped into, that there can be so many more women, but I think they're all, and this is just my opinion, I think they're all still playing ice. Yeah. Right. And we have, PWHL players playing roller hockey and winning championships in roller, right? And so, I think more women have to jump on board and kind of, with the strong group of women that there's out there now in roller hockey, I think it needs to be more.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's a blessing, and when Tim emailed me the idea, I always thought it was so cool that Mike I played for Nijars forever at Palma, and they were some of the most generous family I've ever met. What they have done and given back to roller hockey in Southern California is unbelievable. And, shout out to them. And Master Mike and I would have many conversations about business and life. And I just, one day I was like, man, I am going to have a successful company and I am going to do something like this. I don't know what it looks like yet, but if you dream it, you can achieve it. And that's what we did. And Jenna and I had that opportunity, and it was like, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Like, let's do it and get not only our name out there as a sponsorship, but it's not for us, man. It's for the women. I mean, shout out to all of them. They're all badass hockey players. They're all very talented, and quite frankly, don't get enough love. And to be able to see that, the prize pool can increase and double and play for way more money now, dude, that's huge. I can't tell you how many text messages I got on Instagram from a lot of the women players that said, thank you. Yeah. Right. And just them saying thank you, or a little heart emoji to the post. Dude, that means everything to us. Knowing that recognition is huge because we know they appreciate it, and it's, dude, they deserve it. That's it. Period. Hands down. They deserve it. I'm excited to watch that division live, hand someone a big check and just congratulate them. That's something that's going to be very special.
Hell yeah.
And it must be pretty sweet to see the Freeze Yeti alongside the State Wars logo,
Yes.
mascot logo, right? I mean, that's gotta be pretty cool. I mean, to be a part to have your brand on the biggest stage in the summer.
Absolutely, 100%. So now we just got to figure out a women's pro team.
Ooh.
Well, you're putting it out there.
I am putting it out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that energy out there. I don't think it's going to happen in 2025, but in 2026, there are serious plans to have a very strong competitive women's pro team.
Very cool.
So if you're all listening out there and you think you can fit the culture, slide in my DMs. Or
Very
Jenna's,
good.
I don't care. Anyone you want.
Yeah. Well, we'll just I'll pull up the big wigs of the PWH. I'll be like, all right, which one of your ladies want to play for professional roller hockey team?
For sure. We have
That would
cool
be great.
colors. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta get the crop tops, the headbands.
I don't know anything you're talking about, but this sounds amazing.
You gotta appeal. You gotta appeal to the women's apparel.
Let's go. I'm in.
I dated a roller hockey girl when I was in high school, and she only wore sweatshirts. So go sweatshirts.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. All right. This is all. I'll write this down, man. Hang on.
But your second news, though, is merging with IRHL.
Yes, my boy Dan Costanza, for sure.
So what does that look like for the Illinois roller hockey community?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, this one was pretty much a layup. I was talking to Dan about it last year, and I say, man, you gotta. His teams are insane. Have you watched these kids teams? Like, they run divisions. I mean, they literally print trophies, and I'm like, dude, your kids are good, your teams are good. Like, I go, out of curiosity, what does Palma Golden Knights do for you for wearing their jerseys? And he said nothing. And I said, what? And I said, let's talk. So we got to talking, and all of Costanza's kids, I mean, and a lot of the teammates, I mean, they recognize our team name now and our colors, and which is, again, like, I can't believe it. It maybe, I mean, I don't think like that, but it's cool to be like, have these kids know who we are as a team, as an organization. We haven't been around long at all, right? I mean, we haven't. And these kids are like, dude, we love the Labeda Freez jerseys and colors, and dude, they want to rock it. They want to rock the skins and the teal. And dude, we're gonna have all these Labeda Freez lits on the rink, Freeze lits.
Oh yeah,
rolling around the rink, winning championships, I hope. So, dude, let's go. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited about that. Yeah, and Costanza does so much for the sport. I mean, that guy, not working full time, he's coaching like 12 teams in ice. And this guy, I don't know how he has all the time to do all this. And kudos to him, raising 3 kids. Or Dan, how many kids you got? No. I mean, it's crazy.
0.
But no, it's cool, and hopefully I get to spend some time with Costanza in Germany for Team USA, and watch him win a championship. And I hope he watches us win a championship. So I'll spend some time with him this summer.
I mean, are you playing? You're talking Team USA. Are you going for one of the? I guess you're going to go play for one of the adult divisions.
This is the MyHa Team USA that go. Last year was in Spain. We won last year in Spain. It's the Masters is 38 and over. Veterans, I think, is 45s, and Legends are 50 and over. But 38 and over, Team USA. We head to Germany at the end of May.
Very cool.
Which is a new location.
Yeah, it is a new location. Yeah, they did Italy back to back, and then last year Spain, and now it's Germany this year. And dude, our team's solid, man. We have such a phenomenal core of guys. I mean, it's Jimmy McGrath and Andy Cripps and Tommy.
That's the one person. I mean, I grew up in Jersey, so I mean, I didn't necessarily play with Jimmy McGrath till I was older, but my brother did, and he's
my boy, man. Love that guy. I mean, Tommy Bruce and Marty Guads and freaking dude, the list goes on. Barnett's come in. Got him. We got Susko in net, and we got Tosh back there in D. Did Marcus is back there in net too. I mean, our team is solid. It's such a well-rounded group of guys. John Lemansky, it's stacked, and they're all really good guys. Like the culture, that team is not there to, tape themselves to the video camera and say, "Look at me." That's not what it's about. I mean, it's about winning a championship for our country.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I have to say that you're going to probably my favorite cuisine. And I mean, I love going to Germany.
Okay. I've never been, so we'll see.
Schnitzel. Schnitzel's delicious.
Okay.
You get some bratwurst, delicious as well. I know you got to have some German beer too. It's just a must. It's
sure.
About every town has their own microbrew.
Love it. Well, we can mix in a few beers here and there. I mean, the setup they do. Yeah, exactly. But the setup they do is it's a long week, man. You're out there for 7 days, and 5 of those days you're playing hockey, and it's basically a practice. Then it's opening ceremony. Then it's one game at 4 o'clock, one game at 5 o'clock, one game at 3 o'clock, one game at 6 o'clock the next day. You play one game a day, which is nice because it allows you time to see the town, hang out. You bring someone else with you, spend some time with them, but it's cool to just kind of sit there and at the rink and watch the other USA teams compete and play, because there's some serious talent in these other countries, and between Italy and France, Sweden, we played Canada last year in the final. I mean, they always bring a solid team. I mean, the Canada has a stacked team from head to toe. In all divisions, and it's that World Cup of roller hockey organization is growing like crazy, for sure.
Have they ever done it in the U.S.?
Not yet.
If you're gonna,
I don't think they will. I don't think they will, because it's too much travel for all the international teams to come to U.S. Where it's just you have U.S. and Canada come over there, and there's already 8 teams over there. Between Czech, Sweden, Germany, Italy, France, right? I mean, they're all right there.
If you were going to host it here, what do you think? Where do you think would be the best place to do it?
In Dallas.
Hey. I agree.
Dallas. If you can find the arena, Dallas is, again, it's a central hub. Dallas has so much to offer for things to do. Let's talk locations for nationals for a while, because I've been playing this game long enough where I get to talk about that. Okay, I deserve it.
Let's do it.
So Narch, who great organization, love Darren, but Narch and State Wars and Tours all got comfortable in their own region, and they haven't branched out of that, because they each kind of started having their own location, if you will, right? Tours is always in Florida, and State Wars is always in the 3 areas of Michigan, Indiana, and Missouri, and Narch was always California, and no one, like, back in the day, if you remember Narch going to Toronto, dude, that was so fun. Narch would go to the Germain Arena in Florida, in Fort Myers, which was the best venue, dude. That arena, they don't call it that anymore. I don't. It's not the Germain Arena anymore.
It's something, but yeah, when people talk about tournaments in Florida, it's Germain.
Dude, that was the best venue of all time. And you talk about all these locations that, like, people looked forward to back in the day. I can't believe I'm saying back in the day. Back in the day, people would look forward to, like, after summer Narch or after summer tours, whatever, like, we would all be waiting for the release of where is this going to be next summer, right? Because it's so exciting to go somewhere new and play hockey. And now it's just, I don't want to say the word stale. That's not fair to those guys. It's a lot of work to put on a tournament and book blocks of hotels and ring time and all that stuff. But I'm going to use the word, it's getting fucking stale. And people, dude, we need to do something different. I mean, we just do. Something needs to change with the venue.
Create a buzz.
And I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how that looks, but you know, I don't know how many people are excited to go to Michigan. I mean, Michigan's cool. I'm a Midwest guy. I'm from Wisconsin, but dude, like, I don't know.
No.
Well, Justin's
I'm
from
with
there,
you.
so
I'm from Michigan, and I'm always surprised that like there's a reason I
The
don't live
venue
there anymore.
also, okay, but the venue for State Wars is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
that rink is awesome. The parking's the best. The rinks are awesome. That venue's unbelievable. Just like Missouri at the is it St. Peter St.
Yes.
Pete
yeah.
at Sportsplex?
Yep.
That venue's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, we need to find those type of venues somewhere else that is easy to get to.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You need a destination where it's easy for teams and it's inexpensive for teams to fly into.
Well, and I think stale it's close to being the right word, right? But it's also like you said, tournament directors have gotten complacent. They know they're going to make money for the venues that they're going to, and State Wars moves around every year. Like, so that's, they have their thing,
Which is nice.
Yes. So you're going to go to a new place every year for State Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Tour's first time moving in how long? But I think it was long overdue with all the issues.
Oh, yeah, that rink issues, that almost buried him, man. Like, that was a bummer. I was at that last year, and we ended up having to play our quarterfinal game against a team that I think we waxed in the round robin, and we lost 5-4. And the first 12 feet around the boards, you couldn't even skate. So, like, if the puck went over there, like, you had to glide. You couldn't really ever push off unless you didn't want to groin.
Yeah.
And it's not an excuse. It's just, dude, that's not hockey.
Yeah.
Like, that we should have never agreed to play. And then there's a guy, like, in the lobby who I'm talking to, and he's like, I've been here for 3 days and I haven't played a game yet.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, oh God, all my games are scheduled on that back rink. I haven't played a game yet. I'm like, ugh, like, it's a bummer, man.
Well, the crazy thing though is that, like, this year is not, from what I was told, wasn't their fault. It was actually on the venue.
Oh, I know it was.
Which is wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's the stories that come out every year for that venue is wild. So I'm glad to see they moved out. The only thing though is you moved into a crowded space.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the tournaments that are in the Midwest this year, and it's like, that's a lot of hockey.
It is. But Tours did the right thing going there. I mean, it's because it's a proven venue, it's centrally located, and it's a really good filler spot this year until they get their other location figured out. But at the end of the day, they're running into Bearcat. So there's a lot of really competitive pro teams that at the same time Tours is going. Like, our pro team had to make a decision. What are we doing? Are we doing Tours or are we doing Bearcat, Michigan? Is that like a thing? Is this going to happen? Is this really the money that's up for grabs? Like, what is this? What is this tournament? Right. So, yeah. So they kind of ran into a buzzsaw there.
Well, because it's 3 weekends in a row. It's Tours for pro, Tours, Bearcat, and Arch back to back to back.
Hockey, dude. It's a lot of hockey.
And we're not talking just kind of like regularly. We're talking like you're putting your body on the line.
Oh, dude, it's exhausting. I mean, 2 years ago we did tours. We did Tours, Narch, and State Wars, and it was play a weekend, off a weekend, play a weekend, off a weekend, play a weekend. And even that, by playoff time at State Wars, dude, all of our guys were beat. Yep. Third tournament of the year, back, almost back to back to back. You're on game number 28, and it's like, dude, you're dead. You can't take enough ice baths to figure that out.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable talking about your thoughts on Bearcat?
I don't know enough about it to comment on it. So, I mean, ask me what you want. I mean, I don't know anything about it. No one from that organization has reached out to say, hey, you want to get involved? Do you want to sponsor? Do you want to play? I don't know who it is. I don't know what it's about. I don't know how long the venue is. I don't know what the payout is. I don't know what the divisions are. Honestly, I don't know anything about it.
So you guys
Do
decided
you
on tours
know
then?
anything about it? Do you know anything about it?
I mean,
you know, we've had some conversations.
Did you guys have the guy on the podcast yet?
we
Yeah.
did, but we didn't really learn a ton.
Okay.
We know
Okay.
there's $40,000 up for grabs.
Okay.
We know that there is a different format, like every round robin game, because you know how like the big three like to just, you know, top versus bottom guys for teams, right? So it's always planned where you're getting, if you're a new guy in, you're playing probably the hardest strength schedule.
Yeah, you're playing Palma, Black Ice, and Car Shield.
Yeah.
Cool. Good summer. See ya.
Yeah. Right. And so they're doing before the tournament starts, they're pulling cards for scheduling. So it's all randomized.
Ooh, I like it.
Right. So, you know, he's got a little different, he's differentiated a little bit.
Have to.
I mean, he's pulling in a ton of sponsors. But from what he told us, he waited as long as he could to pull the trigger on the date because tours took so long.
Wow.
And so he was hoping that tours went the week earlier.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, I got to release mine. So he released his, and then tours like a month later or maybe 3 weeks later, it was like, here's our block schedule. And it was like, well, you just took your big chunk of, what was it? It's like AB, right? And it's like that's your biggest division usually.
Yeah.
So they overlap each other for both those tournaments. So yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully these guys can all get together and figure it out, because it'd be nice, because there's guys out there that want to play they would play all four.
Yeah.
Let them, like, right. And you know, just there's a big chunk of June that no one's using, right? Middle of June, no one's using.
The fascination with July 4th bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah, it does, man. I can't get my lady to want to go to Michigan for July 4th when I live in Texas.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, that's a family weekend for me, right? So it's
family weekend. You know?
Anything that lands there, like that's me. That's me and my parents hanging out.
Yeah.
So it usually,
Nuts.
unless something happens the weekend before, I'm like, I'm out. Like, can't do it. But yeah, like you said, all of June.
Yeah.
And also, you know, you talk about the unified front, and Justin and I have talked about this several times, even on the podcast. Why aren't we going to ESPN and putting all this on ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
I don't know. All the question.
Like, and I just saw this the other day, dodgeball was on ESPN News on live TV. Dodgeball.
Out of our network of everybody that plays, there has to be someone connected to that. Someone's got to know someone that can get, you know, this in front of somebody.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Like who knows somebody that can get in front of that and offer that up? Because one of the coolest things that you can do in the summer is sit at home and have FOMO and watch Palma Pro on TV.
Yeah.
Or watch the pro division on TV. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
So, like, FOMO's real. We all want to watch the games. And I can't tell you how many people try to live stream it on their own system, and the quality sucks. You can't follow it. And if you go to Live Barn, there's no announcers. And quite frankly, dude, like, it's kind of crap.
It's a fisheye.
I'll say
And
it for you. I hate Live Barn.
it dogs out, and it spins. You get the freaking Jake Paul effect, you know? And dude, like, come on, man. Like, we want to watch this, right? But let's be real. Is State Wars not doing the best job of that right now with Palma Pro TV? They are.
Yeah,
hands down.
Definitely.
When you got the announcers and you got Trefty, and dude, how badass did Phil Maroon do last year?
Yeah.
Phil was an awesome announcer. Bring that guy back. Phil killed it. You know, like, he was really good. And like, you got to get these guys who are just very good, know the game, know the players, that can talk about the game while the game's going on, because, you know, it wasn't a broadcaster like, yeah, I don't want to listen to these guys, mute it, play music. It was like, dude, I want to listen to what they're trying to say. And people are like live chatting them and Twitter or X, hey, what's up?
And he's chirping people.
Yeah, dude. And that's cool, man. That's fun. We all love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to them because right now, dude, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, we've taken it's taken us a long time to kind of get away from Live Barn, right? It's like, oh, here's the Live Barn code for free access for pro finals. It's like no one wants to watch Live Barn. And then now we've all gone to like separate, whether it's hockey.tv or it's YouTube. And it's like, okay, can we for once the big three, and even if we have the big four, if Bearcat eventually is to stick around, right?
Sure,
Justin said, unify.
Yeah.
Do something. If we're not going to unify on, friendships, let's unify at least on a TV deal of some sort to have ESPN come out, set up for 4 weekends for the pro division and do something nice.
Yeah. Hey, one of the sexiest things that Jenna ever told me was about a month ago. She goes, hey, if no one's doing it right, why don't we just do it ourselves?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm like, all right, girl, we need to slow down here. We have like 9 businesses right now. Okay. Like,
I feel you on that. Yeah.
Dude, Freeze tournament coming to a stadium near you, I guess. My goodness.
Hell yeah.
Freeze.tv, baby.
Let's go, dude. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, they all do it. I mean, it's not easy. Shout out to all of them. I mean, Narch has always been a staple, and Darren always puts on a phenomenal show. And I started going to tours the past couple of years, and that's fantastic. Love Bielstein and dude, Timmy does it, man. State Wars is sick too. So those 3 are awesome events, and you got to give them love. They're all very good. Yeah. They're all very good at their own thing.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've been around for a long time, right? So
for sure,
if they weren't attracting or doing something well, they wouldn't last. But that's why they call them the big 3. And I hope this move for tours helps them out, because I feel like I hope their reputation comes back.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, absolutely. Well, who do you guys think is going to win the most pro events this year out of the big 3, excluding Bearcat? Who's going to win the most events?
It's got to be the Freeze, no?
You're gonna say that. Dude, I'd be thrilled if I made it to another championship game.
I was gonna say, it depends who these names are you're talking about getting on your roster, but it depends who shows up for the teams too. But it seems like the Roadrunners have really got something solid going on.
Sure.
I mean, your up and coming team is going to be the Border Cats, right? The Rage Cats. Sorry,
Rage Cats.
Rage Cats made a big leap last year, so if they can hold that team together, then I think they got a lot to show. Sure. You have your big 3. You have Car Shield, you have PAMA, you have Roadrunners,
and Black Ice,
yeah, right. So there's your big 4, but it's also who's going to what. Right, PAMA didn't go to tours last year. They went over to Europe, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it's you're getting them for Narch and State Wars, right?
Yeah,
so you're getting them for definitely 2. You're going to get most of them for tours, and I also feel like it always comes down to as well. I mean, most of them get a pretty decent schedule, but I think it's also. I love just in round robin. I love the upsets, man. I love these.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
I love the new teams, and I love when you have Car Shield going to like 2 or 3 shootouts in round robin.
Yeah,
and it's like and tours, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Right, and it's like they should be kicking the shit out of everyone, but they're not. And then they go on and win it, and it's like, oh, there they are. Exactly. So, I mean. Trying to think here. I'm a Roadrunners guy.
Okay.
Sure. And it's also because as I love your unis, they're like my second favorite because they get the whole match from head to toe. Yeah, they get the green, they get the gloves. Their jerseys sometimes they do a little too much, but you know,
Noted.
they make some drastic changes. That and they also change their colors too, right? So, but yeah, no, they're I like Roadrunners. I also like them because I've watched them since they came in, and they got their shit kicked, and they put in their time, and they worked hard, and they grew as a team.
I played them when they were a platinum team, and they were like kids.
Yeah.
All of them. I played them when I was at Palma. We ended up beating them like 3-2 in the final, and it was at a Narch in Fort Myers. That's how long ago it was, dude. Not even joking. And we're like, dude, who are these kids? They were fucking good. And, yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah. Howerton, DiMartino. I mean, if they can, usually, I think their thing has been getting jounced in between the pipes all the time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. We got to play him at State Wars is always like our AA State Wars, that men's division that's not pro is the hardest men's division in the world. Like for a tournament. Like that division is stacked of unbelievable men's teams. And the fact that you can grab one pro player for that team adds a twist and flair. So we got to play against Joey, and then we play against one pro guy in every team we play. It was so fun. It was so fun.
Well, it's like playing over 30 tier 1 at Tours a couple years ago, and it's just littered with pro guys.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, and then it's like, oh, there's Car Shield. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, it was fun. That was fun. But if I were to make a prediction for who's going to win this year, I'm going to say Car Shield will win at least one event. I think Palma sneaks in one more event, and I think we do.
Okay.
Hey. I like it.
Surprise people.
I'm rooting for you guys.
But I have to say that. I have to be confident in my boys, man. My guys are going to be pissed. They're like, dude, we're going to win all three, you idiot. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go with the underdogs here.
Jordan right there. yeah, we're winning all three, okay, dude? Relax. We're winning all three. Just, I got you, man, all right? But just, I got to, got to play the crowd a little bit here, all right?
I'm going super sleepers.
I mean, dude, we're new. We got to be a sleeper, right?
Well, the Freeze is one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to see the Roadrunner.
This is gonna be very drastic. Black Ice 2.0.
Ooh, okay.
Blood and Feathers.
Really?
Oh, God. Yeah. Can you edit that out? No.
Hey, they can prove us wrong.
Dude, they can, man. You never know what they're going to do, man.
I don't know. I mean, they don't have Nicky Whiteout between the pipes anymore. He retired, and next year bringing him out of retirement.
No, man. He retired from us, too. He's dude, Nick is working on Nick right now, which is awesome to see. Okay. He's got a lot of things going on, from a personal and business standpoint. He's focusing on that, which I love. So, he might take a year off and just come back crazy, right? He might come back this summer already, things taken care of, but all of us need a reset. All of us need time to work on ourselves and make sure things are straight and square, personally, and relationships and family and all that stuff matters. And, there's a lot going on in all of our lives outside of just roller hockey in that bubble, and self-care is important.
Sure.
Thanks for joining my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, you definitely need to take care of yourself, and especially, that's all I've been focused on getting older. I'm in my 30s, and it's just been nothing but taking care of my body.
Yeah, just wait, bro. It gets worse.
Vince, do you have any lasting words? Anything else that you want to put out there, talk about?
No, I mean, dude, well, sure. Yes. Answer is yes. Dan, Justin, I appreciate you guys, the time, This is fantastic. Thank you guys for what you're doing. That platform you guys provide the industry, it promotes it. The game needs it. The game needs you guys for this. And all of our sponsors that take care of us, Tidal Wave and Labeda, our boys at Bauer are just, thank you guys for being there for us and taking care of the team and all of our players, dude. Love you guys. You guys kick ass and love going to war with you guys. And our Instagram is Labeda Freez, Freez, and give us a follow, shout out, and just I look forward to seeing you all this summer and yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it. See you guys this summer. It's going to be fun.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. So comes that time again where we make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe check out our new weekly update on YouTube, ran by your host, me,
Yeah.
right? And remember, if you're forechecking, don't let up because there's no offsides in roller hockey. I'm Dan Dean.
I'm Justin Wood.
Vince, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you.
Offside.